Hey Reddit, buckle up because this is going to be a long one. I'm a 36-year-old female. I've been sitting on this for a while and need to get it off my chest. I don't know if I'm the a-hole here, but I need to tell my story to find some clarity. I grew up in a pretty average family. Mom, dad, my older sister, Anna. She's 39, and me. Anna and I were particularly close, mainly because she was always a golden child. She was beautiful, talented, and could do no wrong in my parents' eyes. Meanwhile, I was just there. Don't get me wrong, my parents loved me, but it was always clear who their favorite was. Anna could burn down the house and they'd somehow blame me for it. When Anna got married to her husband, John, he's 41, I was genuinely happy for her. John was a nice guy and they seemed like the perfect couple. Their wedding was extravagant, with my parents footing most of the bill, of course. I was a maid of honor and everything seemed fine. But then things started to unravel. About 2 years into the marriage, Anna and John began having issues. They argued a lot, and Anna started showing up at my place more frequently, venting about their problems. She was always complaining about John not being attentive enough or working too much. I tried to be supportive, listening to her complaints and offering whatever advice I could, though I was not married myself, so I was speaking more from a place of logic than experience. One day, out of the blue, Anna asked me to talk to John. She said he valued my opinion and maybe I could help them work things out. I was hesitant because I didn't want to get involved, but Anna was insistent. I eventually agreed to meet John for coffee to see if I could understand his side of things. Now, during the coffee meeting, John confided to me that he loved Anna but felt she was too demanding and never satisfied with anything. He was under a lot of pressure at work. Coming home to constant criticism wasn't helping. I listened, gave some neutral advice, and I left it at that. Or so I thought. After a few months after the coffee meeting, Anna and John decided to divorce. To say my family didn't take it well would be an understatement. They were devastated, and somehow the blame fell on me. Now, Anna told everyone that I had sabotaged her marriage by telling John to leave her. Apparently, after our coffee meeting, John decided to take a break from the relationship and stayed with a friend for a while to think things over. During this time, Anna discovered some flirtatious texts between John and a co-worker. She freaked out, accused him of cheating, and filed for divorce immediately. I was blindsided. I never told John to leave Anna or even hinted at it. When I tried to explain my side to my parents, they wouldn't hear it, and it already poisoned their minds, and they believe her over me without question. Now, my mom called me a homewrecker and said I ruined Anna's life. My dad just looked at me with such disappointment I could barely stand it. They cut me off entirely, saying they needed time to process the betrayal. For the next several years, I was pretty much estranged from my entire family. They sided with Anna on everything. I missed birthdays, holidays, and family gatherings. I was heartbroken, but slowly began to move on with my life, creating my own family with close friends and focusing on my career. Fast forward to about 3 months ago, I get an email from Anna. It was completely unexpected. At first, I thought it might be spam or some sort of prank. The subject line read, "I owe you an explanation." My curiosity got the better of me, so I opened it. The email was long, detailing how she had lied about me causing her divorce. She admitted that she had been cheating on John with multiple men throughout their marriage. She blamed me because I was the easiest scapegoat. She knew if she blamed herself, our parents would judge her harshly, but if she blamed me, the black sheep, they'd easily buy into it. She went on to explain that she was writing to me now because she had recently gone through therapy and was working on making amends. She apologized, saying she realized how much she had hurt me and how it was wrong to ruin our relationship with our family. She wanted to make things right, and she was hoping we could start fresh. At first, I was just numb. I didn't know how to feel. Angry, betrayed, relieved. I sat on it for a few days, not really sure what to do. Then the anger started to settle in. I thought about all the years I had lost with my family, all the pain I had endured because of her lies, and realized I couldn't just let this go. So I decided to send the emails and screenshots to my parents. I wanted them to see the truth straight from Anna. Within hours, my phone started blowing up. My mom called me in tears, apologizing. My dad was angrier, not at me, but at Anna for lying. They wanted to meet up and discuss everything to finally hear my side of the story. But I wasn't done yet. I knew that Anna had built a new life for herself. She was in a new relationship with a guy named Tom, who was 40 years old, who, from what I've heard, was a decent guy and quite wealthy. They were even talking about getting married, and I thought about whether or not to send the information to Tom. But ultimately, I decided he deserved to know what kind of person he was about to marry. I sent him the same screenshots with a brief explanation of what happened. Tom responded a few days later thanking me for telling him the truth. He said he had no idea about Anna's past and needed time to think about what to do next. A week later, I heard through the grapevine that Tom had dumped Anna, and she was a wreck. She lost her job soon after because she had been caught lying about some important paperwork. Apparently, she'd been lying on Tom financially to maintain her lifestyle. Since then, Anna's life had completely fallen apart. She tried reaching out to me again, this time not with apologies, but with anger. She accused me of ruining her life, saying she had been trying to make amends and I took it too far. Now, my parents were also conflicted now. While they were angry with Anna for lying, they feel like I went overboard exposing her to Tom and ruining her life. To think that I should have just accepted her apology and moved on? Some of my friends think I did the right thing by exposing her lies, while others feel I stooped to her level and should have just taken the high road. So Reddit, am I the a-hole for ruining my sister's life after she blamed me for her divorce, abandoning me, and then tried to come back years later? Update. So after my last update, I didn't expect to hear from Tom again. He had thanked me for telling him the truth about Anna, and I figured that was the end of it. But about a week or so ago, I got a message from him on Facebook. He said he wanted to talk, not about Anna, but about everything that had happened and to thank me in person. He also admitted that he was struggling with the whole situation and felt like he could use someone to talk to who could understand what he was going through. I was hesitant at first, thinking it might stir up more drama, but I agreed to meet him for coffee. I felt like we both deserved some closure after everything that had happened. We met up at a small, quiet cafe, and what was supposed to be a quick chat turned into hours of talking. We clicked instantly. I don't know how else to describe it, but it felt like we had known each other for years. We talked about everything, our past, our families, the whole mess with Anna, and our hopes for the future. Now, Tom was kind of genuine and so easy to talk to. He shared with me how blindsided he felt by Anna's lies and how grateful he was that I had the courage to tell him the truth. It was clear he was hurt, but he was also trying to move on and find peace. After the first meeting, we started seeing each other more regularly. After that, it was just as friends, but there was an undeniable chemistry between us. Now, I was looking for a relationship, and hell, after everything with my family, I wasn't sure I even wanted one. But something about Tom just felt right. He made me feel understood and appreciated in a way I hadn't felt in a long time. Fast forward to today, and I can hardly believe I'm saying this, but Tom and I are in love. We'd been officially dating for about a month now, and it's been incredible. He's the most caring, understanding person I've ever met. He's been so supportive as I navigate my complicated relationship with my family. We've both been through a lot of pain because of Anna, but in a weird way, it brought us together. I know some people might think this is too soon or that it's messy, but my life is messy. Sometimes I think things happen in the most unexpected ways, and you should just roll with it. Tom and I have talked about all the possible complications, especially considering our history, but we both feel like this is worth pursuing. As for Anna, I don't think she knows about Tom and me yet. We're not hiding our relationship, but we also haven't made any grand announcements. I imagine she'll find out sooner or later, and I'm prepared for whatever fallout might come after that, and I'm sure she won't be thrilled, but at this point, I've made peace with the fact that she's not going to be happy with anything I do. Now, my parents know, though, and they've been surprisingly supportive. They've seen how happy Tom makes me, and they're glad I found someone who treats me well. Now, this next story up is another good one. Hi, friends, this is Brian. Let's move on. Jump right into this story. Hi, everyone. I hope you guys can give me some insight and help with this situation. I'm a 24-year-old female and my soon-to-be husband. We've been together now since we were both 17. He was my first everything, my first boyfriend, first kiss. He took my virginity, literally my first everything. He proposed after I graduated nursing school, and I've never been happier. I know everyone says this, but there's literally been zero problems and zero red flags. I wanted to play this game he is on his iPad because I've been borderline addicted to it. As I was playing it, I saw a text from his group chat pop up. I ignored it. Then another came up with one of his friends saying, I'd married a BJQ. I got confused, so I decided to open it. This group chat is only men. Some are my childhood friends too. And we hang out with these people multiple times a week. Now, my husband sent a pros and cons list about me. I copied it, sent it to me, deleted the evidence. Here's the pros list. Sexually eager and blowjobs whenever I want. Big tits, big ass, big thighs, and a flat stomach. Doesn't let herself become frumpy and ugly. Funny and smart, good cook, and baker. Now here's the cons. She has a lot of animals. Doesn't always keep our place clean. Laughs too loud, vulgar, and crude. Has bad breath in the morning. Spends too much time at the gym. And that's the list of bad. It made my stomach drop. And I've just felt this impending dread ever since discovering it. The cons aren't that bad, but it feels so objectifying with the pros list. And as I scrolled up and read more, the worse it got. I talked to them about how he thinks I lied about being a virgin when we met because I'm too eager and wanting to try too many things, and even bragged about how he has a folder on his phone of videos and photos of me and us. Everybody dared him to send it, but he said no. But how can I be sure he didn't send it anyways and deleted the evidence? He's even talked about how there was a week he tested to see how many blowjobs he could get out of me by simply asking for them and decided to stop because he started to feel bad. There was more, but I can't write it out. I feel so grossed and sad. I talked about him in such a different way. He feels like he only sees me as a sex object and I see him as my other half. I opted out of the friends hangout and have distanced myself from him. He's noticed and he's been trying to find out what's wrong, but I'm not even ready to tell him. I want to postpone our wedding until we can figure this out, or if it's even salvageable. Am I overreacting? Please, any and all advice would be welcome. Now, here's an update. The response has been overwhelming. I've never used Reddit before and opted to use my friend's account, and wow, I really wasn't expecting this. I appreciate all your guys' advice and input. Truly, this means a lot. I try to update when I can, but again, thank you all. Here's some advice. Reddit Lurker 1981 said, I don't think you should ever marry anyone so willing to humiliate you. He doesn't sound like he has much of love or respect for you. Not a good way to start a lifelong partnership. P&L Maine says, my thoughts exactly. This is her fiancé, soon-to-be husband, and he's discussing you this way with his friends? I'm appalled at his behavior. Your fiancé, soon-to-be husband, should be your best friend, your confidant, your soft place to fall, not someone who discusses how many BJs he can get out of you. Hate it when men discuss their sex lives. This is something very personal. Cancel the wedding. Move out if you're living together and start your life new. You deserve someone who treats you with respect.